It's Pluto Man. I'm back again. This is the third part of my video on two tournaments that I played on Friday. It's now Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, horrible day today. Weather-wise, just disgusting outside. And we've also had the latest COVID numbers come through, and we've got record case numbers today. So it's really not a not a very good day. Anyway, I'm gonna press play and gonna see how I get on. Only five left in this tournament here, so I've made the final table. Two of the final table occupants have gone somehow. I'm staying alive here. I've had a small stack a lot of the time. It's very sort of quite a precarious position that I've been in. Had to go all in a couple of times, maybe three times. Anyway, see if I can survive a little bit longer, maybe. And there's also the pot limit Badoogie going on at the same time, which kind of I've got a good stack over there. Actually, I think I've got a better stack than I have here actually. So let's fire away with this. I'm not showing every hand, showing hands that kind of mattered. So I've got a decent draw here. I mean, you could even, I could pat and three bet and pat. I mean, how terrible would that be? But anyway, look at this. Just pause this a second. So I've made a jack. Oh, that's so marginal, isn't it? I'm kind of hoping he'll just check this. So I check on the river. If you call it the river when there's only two streets, after the draw I check. And I hope the guy with the numbers is just going to check it back. So let's see what he does. He's going to check. Well, as the oh shit, he just puts them all in. I actually call relatively quickly, and it's the right decision. I survive by calling, so that puts me back in business. Now I get a big hand. I mean, well, so it's a big hand. It's a good hand. I mean, any pat 10 in this when you're five-handed, and on the cutoff there, that's a pretty big hand. So what happens? Goes for about two and a half times. He draws one. I just check this down. I mean, I could go for a bet there. Interesting, didn't even try and get that bluff or anything. Occasionally, I was going to actually have the best. He was going to have the best hand there. There's no point really bluffing with the best hand. So now I've got a big draw. I also have a jack, but I decide to roll nearly three times. Decide what to do. He could draw two or something. He just folds. That's now I'm actually in a much better position. This is not a great hand though. It's a two-card draw. It's an okay two-card draw, but probably would draw two. Depends. I don't know. Sometimes. Just happily get out of the way there. Now I've got my pat 10-8, another big, and this time now what do I do? Oh, I call. Oh, that's interesting. And I actually didn't. Now that was really interesting. Now looking at this, right, let's pause this one. This guy here. After I call, he's got a draw there. I'm not calling, I don't think, with the worst jack. I mean, I might occasionally, but I might call with a draw. I might call with a really good draw, but I'm not. Most of the time, if I'm calling, I've either got a fantastic draw like you have, in which case we're going to be flipping, or I've got a better pat hand, in which case he's got 0% equity. So he's got a draw there. He's got a draw there. If he knows me at all, that's the thing. He might not know me. He might think I'm just patting all kinds of stuff. Yeah, he's got it. He needs to draw there. Okay, so I thought that when he patted in front of me, though, I thought I'm only going to be good like 40% of the time here, 45% maybe. If you'd shown up with like a 9 or something better, I wouldn't have at all been surprised. So lucky, I'm lucky to win the hand. Um, and of course, if he had drawn, he could easily have outdrawn me. He'd have had a lot of outs there. I was actually, funny enough, I was covering. I did block a lot of his outs. I had a 3, I had a 4, I had an 8. So, but still, he didn't know that, did he? So, carry on. So I survived. Now I've got 55,000 with 4 players. That guy in the top left-hand corner got knocked out. Now I've got a big draw here. Just want to steer draw. Don't walk because oh, I hit number 4. I hit my monster. So how do I play this? I'm not sure I like. It might be better to just place bet small there to maybe induce a raise or something. As soon as I just check raise there, he just gets out the way really, really quickly. I'm actually leading the tournament, funny enough. We're all very, very similar. We've all got very, very similar. I've got a gut shot 10 draw. So, not 10,000 on this table. So, yeah. Something. Another big draw here. Obviously, this is not real time. I'm skipping through some stuff. But big, big draw. And whoa, I hit number 3. So I am hitting hands here. I can't complain that I haven't hit hands. And he just, whoa, okay. And they both fold immediately. I mean, that was just a small bet. Now look what I've got. I don't want to play this. I could just bluff Pat Snow basically with my flush. I think I decided to draw it, and it's a straight flush draw too. So so I've got lots of anti-outs, if you want to call them that. I bet about 2/3 of the pot almost. He calls him the Jack 10, so he's got a bluff catcher there. He catches my bluff. That's what it's there for. Now look at this. Look what I've got here. Once every 3,000 odd hands, you're going to get this. Oh, and he goes all in. This is fun, isn't it? Look at that. So, do I call? Wow, and he makes his draw too. That's spewy stuff. I mean, really. Uh, I think he could even got away from that hand occasionally. At times when he could get away with that instead. What's frustrating though is that he had because he still had me covered there. I wasn't able to get his bounty, so the bounty's still in play for everybody else. Now I've got a huge draw here. Do I decide now because he's under the gun and because people don't open raise their good 3-card hands enough? I just call here. Decide to see a flop. Let's see what I get. Let's see what I get. Whoa! Hey everybody! I make the nuts on this table too. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Just gonna call. I'm gonna slow play this, which I think is okay to do in a low limit game, also pot limit game. No limit would do crazy. If it was in a fixed limit, I think I'd just raise there. I mean, I think I'd have to. Isn't it nice knowing that you can't possibly lose? And wow, so I get his bounty. I mean, I didn't need to hit something quite as good as that, but wow. And 98, could he have got away from that? I don't know. I don't think the way I played it, I'm not sure he could have got away from it actually. So now we're down to 3. We're down to 3 players now. This is where it's really interesting now because obviously I've got a good stack on this the table, but that really plays like second fiddle now. The Badoogie. Now of course now I hit a really good but it's not fantastic, but it's pretty good. It's decent enough to want to get some more action in here. Yeah, raise that up because of my draw. It's good enough in position and everything. I just take that down. A little bit of a shame I couldn't get a little bit more action, but so now I've got a clear chip lead, 3-handed. Now I decide to fold my worst possible. So that's funny. I make the best possible Badoogie, and then a couple of hands later I make the worst possible Badoogie, King, Queen, Jack, 10. Each of those you get about once every 11,000 hands. So now I've got more chips than both of these two put together, which should mean, in theory, I will win more than 50% of the time. But, as I snag there. And one of them is that any bet is a very good player. B, even though Goldberg I don't think is such a good player, I think any bet is clearly better than Goldberg. To draw 2. Do I bet this? I think I do. No, I don't. I check it, which I think is fine with the Jack 9. Betting there would be okay, though. But again, he likes his 2-card draws Goldberg. Now, an interesting thing about this is that Potland Badoogi's still going on, but it's very much in the background here. The number of hands I'm playing here, I'm playing probably something like 10 hands almost for every one I'm playing on that table. It's that being on an eight-handed table there, only 3 here. I'm in the money on the other table as well, right? So my bubble burst a little while ago now. Hit a good hand there. 3 draw. Big easy 3-bet there. Big hand. So I'm going to fold. Just make a small open here. Okay, and it gets through. That's right. Because a lot of people all tell me will just have junk that they can't really. They'll have junk that they just can't call with. Now he's got. Oh, he just goes all in again. It's his favourite move. A little bit hard to combat when you don't have something reasonable. Like you've got a 10. So I'm pretty sure I call here. Do I hit the nuts again? No, I don't. So I have. I think so. He has a better hand than me. Let's see. Oh, he actually, yeah, he was Pat, right? Pat with his jack. Okay, it's all very standard. There's a big hand there, all very standard. I'm going to fold this again, entirely standard. Now I've switched from, instead of just showing the interesting hands, showing every hand, because we're down to three-handed. So I'm going to fold here. I've got like the worst possible draw I could have there practically. So I've done this a lot when people have that tactic of shoving all the time. I'm just kind of, for whatever reason, just don't get good hands. Fold this. So I no longer have the same amount as both of them put together. That's no longer the case. Any bet is climbing back up. I think I'm pretty sure I call this. I must do. The sheer odds I'm getting. Made 1. Hit a pair of 6s. I think I just check it back. And he has a king. Okay. Look, there's nothing's going on the other table. Things are actually going on, but just at a very, very, very different pace. There's a hand. It's an easy fold. He's gone all in now. Oh, what a shame Goldberg didn't hit. I was really hoping Goldberg would hit there. Get rid of this guy. Of course, his bounty was kind of, because I wanted to play heads up against Goldberg. That's really what I wanted to do. I felt that that might still be what happens. We'll wait and see. But that's what I was hoping for. Even though, although you have mixed feelings about that, because I'd have also liked to have got any bets bounty still being in play. So that's still in play, of course, even for me. Another big hand here. I'm picking up some hands. Got trip 9s, hit the fold. What do I do here? I'm going to fold now. If he hadn't opened min raise, I would have raised myself. Now, it's about to 2.7. 2, oh, that's good. Now, do I bet this? Do I bet it? I think I do. Half the pot. Okay. Okay. No, I go for this. And I get it, I take it down. That's nice because I had an open end, which you don't want, but it's just a pure steal. I could even think about patting that. It's always fun to pat stuff. It's the thing I love about both these games is that you can pat stuff. Especially I think Oh God, I have to fold. It's kind of the most. I think it's one of the most fun things you can do in any kind of poker is to just pat stuff. I was saying Badoogie. I used to when I played the limit Badoogie, the cash games. I used to. I found it addictive actually, just snowing. I guess it's why a lot of people steal. They get either steal stuff they don't need or don't want, just for the thrill. I think it's a little bit like that. Although it's not stealing, it's a completely legitimate tactic. But I find out I'm doing it a lot less now because of the fact that I'm playing tournaments and if you get it wrong, see again, he's I don't think my draw is quite good enough to call those. It nearly is. I think a good nine draw, but for an eight draw, certainly I would call. Oh, and I get the nuts again. Hell, I might as well not have got it though, because it was just in the big blind and everybody immediately folded. It was a bugger when they can actually see what cards I've got. I don't raise this. Straight here. I'm actually getting the nuts. So I've had all the sevens. So I think from that table there, the table I actually do have a hand that I can play. I'm gonna complete the small blind here. Draw two. We have four-way. What do I get? Decide to call because of my blockers. Let's see. Managed to hit another eight in his pad. That's a little bit unfortunate. Although he was a big favourite there, even with the fact that he just min raised that. It's kind of interesting. So I hit 7-3-2. Just check that. Five-way. I'll have to fold. So he's doing the all-in thing, but he's doing it when he's far. I've got yeah. Here we go. Here's patting stuff. There you go. Nice boat there. Didn't raise very much with it. You just have a lot of blockers there. It does help. It's reduce the chance that someone's going to have something they can call you with. Let's check it back again. So heading for the last draw in that one. Can I get a? Can I draw two there? What I've done with that open end. Let's look at any bet. It's coming right back into this. I've got a second worst 10 you can possibly have. Draws two. I don't draw any. Now it's really marginal as to whether I bet this. Like the worst possible, like a really terrible 10. I decide to check it back. Okay. Go either way with that, I think. So Goldberg has got $8 in bounties there. And we're both trying to win his bounty. I mean, you could. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever. It's double suited. That hand there, 5-2. It wouldn't be the worst thing to over limp that hand. Try and win a big multi-way pot. It'll maybe all your clubs and diamonds left. It's just junk. So now my good hands have run dry. So Goldberg is what's he doing here? Drawing one as well. He wins that one. 1,000. Pretty big draw here, gonna call. Would three betting be terrible? Well, I think with the other player in, it probably would have been. I'm gonna fold. I don't think. I've only got a pair of fives. Shame I missed that, isn't it? But he actually had a bit of. Whoa! So he had 9-7. Whoa! So that's kind of a cool though, really. And I'm not the one who gets the bounty. And now, any bet by winning that, he's gone all in again. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? Look how big our stacks are relative to that bet, relative to what was already in the pot before the all in. It's like, whoa. I think he might know that I fold to all-ins all the time, that I raise with a lot of stuff, that maybe I think I'd call an all-in now. So I just decide to call. I decide not to raise. I probably should have raised. Re-raised, I mean. Oh, okay. So now at the point where even a really strong one card draw can withstand a 4-bet, I think. Okay, decide to bet. Okay, interesting. So down about 3-2, a little bit more than that. So still kind of in the balance. He is the favourite, clearly. Chip lead. Just very small. Fold. So sure I fold this. I've got a Badoogie on the other table. Up to 20,000. I think that's over a 10 jack. Jack 10 9 draw. Call. I'm going to draw one. Hit a pair of fours. I lose to a pair of threes. I'm going to call here, I guess. Or do I three bet? Oh, I do. It's a kind of a bluff, actually. Yeah, okay. Which is fine. I think I decide to three bet a hand like that sometimes. Just, I've got a flush draw here. But I take it down. King, Queen, 3-2, Doogie. Decide to raise. Whether that's wise, I don't know. Call one, I draw two. Pretty sure I just check this back. And I win. Interesting. There's two, just going to draw one. Ace. Queen, right. This time we've got a big draw. Gut shot, which makes it unideal. If that's a word, I think it might be a word. Okay, I'm sort of closing in. I'm only down by about 4-3. Okay, decide to raise that. For that 2-card draw. I'm still folding a fair bit though, so got to a 9. It's a bad 9. That was a shame we got no action with that. That was a really good hand. Heads up 10-8-6. Pat. Closing in. I've been closing in a bit. Should I decide to raise this? Yeah. Oh, did I accidentally press a button? I was a bit confused about what I did. Did I accidentally press a button there to get a... I was confused about what was going on here. Did I accident? Oh, I accidentally. Oh, I accidentally pressed the deal button. I didn't mean to press it. My mouse was just on there accidentally. I didn't realize I'd done it. I couldn't understand why that had come up. I I didn't think he would want a deal because he has played so many damn final tables, so many heads-up matches, so many everything. I've only ever won 5 tournaments in my life. Well, since I came back. Okay, I didn't realise what I'd done. I didn't realise, and he just completely ignores what I said. I didn't realise I'd accidentally pressed the button. I've done that before. Mouse has just happened to be hovering over that. You see it there. It's getting close to that little square again, isn't it? Um, he probably thinks I want a deal, when actually I didn't want a deal. The actual reason I don't like deals is I actually want the practice of playing heads up. That's the reason. It probably would be beneficial maybe for me to take a deal. And I decide I have to fold here though. And that's a bug. So actually what do I do there? Let's actually think what I did there. Let's go back another 10 seconds. So I don't think I played that very well. So okay. So I just call, do I, or do I three bet? I decided to three bet a queen as a semi bluff. And then I'm going to continue my bluff here. Whoa. And I don't think he could see that I'm bluffing. I mean, that would be one hell of a ballsy play with a mixed draw. I mean, who knows? But anyway, now I'm down by 2-1. That's a real bugger. Could have done with that. I think I need to not do that. I need to just draw probably to the 10 or something like that instead of three betting. So anyway, I've got to. Okay, decide to bet that to do that simply because of my blockers. What do I want to do here? I'm sure he folds here. I just shove. He folds immediately, and I don't think I should have shoved there. I mean, I'm not shoving very often. I think that was a waste. I need to just raise a little bit there. The reason I opened that up to begin with, do I bet this? I do, because of all the low cards I've hit. He calls me with a jack. Oh, okay. My kind of bluffs and moves and things are not working out at the moment. I'm down by 2-1. And I come back, let's see. That hand where I had the two pair and the low cards, I see a big draw here, don't get any action. I decide to open, it's 8-4-2 or something, or whatever it was, I wouldn't normally raise, I don't think. But because, yeah, fold. Because I also had the two pair, blockers, I decided to open it, that's right. Make sure I do not keep the club. Okay, it didn't matter anyway because yeah. So I draw three. Well, should I just draw two? I wonder why I did that. Bet half the pot with kind of a medium strength hand here. Now he raises me, and I just I try to pick off a bluff there. That's probably a bad idea. This is why I think you can see that he's a bit more accomplished heads-up player than me. I think I needed to just fold there. So I nearly did. Against somebody else, I probably would have done. So now look at me. I've been close to his stack. I'm down by more than 2.5-1. The do is still going on. Believe it or not, it's still going on. I decide to fold, which is perfectly fine. So let's raise this up. Calls me, got a one card draw. Do I bet this? I'm sure I do bet this. He folds that one. So that time that my bluff works out. I need to bluff a lot. I decide to fold. Oh no, I don't. Do I just call and draw two? So I take a different line here. Past I might have decided to actually have the best hand. Little pot though. It's been quite a long heads-up session, this, already. This might go a lot longer yet, let's see. A three bet this, I decide to three bet it here. He calls. Unfortunately, I hit 2 8s. What do I do? What do I do here? That's right. So that gets me back into it. That's why I forgot I did that. So I bluffed again there. Whoa, so I'm bluffing quite a bit. Now I have to fold this one. I mean, he realised I'd done that. So that gave me a little bit of a confidence boost. I thought, shit, if he called there, it was cool to win the tournament. Simple as that. So I just put my balls to the wall there. Because I've been extremely lucky to even reach this heads up stage. I was down for the count pretty much a couple of times. I was uh, easily the smallest stack when we got to the final table, 7th out of 7. Other times when I was struggling as well, so I fold on the other table. Anything here, so less than 3 to 2 is his advantage. Got a good hand, raise that every day, but then I have to fold. I don't think my jack is gonna. Yeah, I mean, you could call there because I don't have anything to really draw to. Is it set 9 7 6 3? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a better jack, a better 9 underneath, jack 9 6 or something. So I have to raise up my jack draw there. It's a good play. I think I 3-bet there. Don't I? I think I do. Oh, no, I don't. I decided to just call. I nearly 3-bet it. But 60% of the pot, and that gets through as well. So I have had some reasonable success with my bluffs. Fold this. Increase things a little bit, and he just folds. Whew, so hard. Whoa. Decent enough draw there. So it's been a battle, this, hasn't it? One very notable thing about this tournament is how many pots I win without showdown and how few I'm actually winning with showdown. It's been really weird, actually. I'm going to 3-bet this 3 times, exactly what he bet. I think I just check it back at the bottom of my range. What does he do? And he has a better hand. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. This time I have a really terrible jack, the second worst jack you can have. And he goes all in. Again, it's his favourite manoeuvre. Mouse is once again hovering near the deal button. Didn't realise that's what he'd done. So interesting if he'd said yes to that deal. I didn't realise that's what I'd done. So still down almost 2 to 1. It's 1.5 to 1, 3 to 2. Decent enough draw to defend with here. The 2 7s. Do I try and bet? Do I try and bluff? No, I don't actually. I had a king. What do you call me there? He might have called me with a king. It's possible. Okay. Down by 3 to 2. So again, I've got enough to call with. Don't have a gut shot. Hit an ace. So I haven't really been actually hitting that well at this final table. So the heads up stage is what I'm saying. So So they got enough to. So yeah, I haven't really been hitting these draws. So maybe that's why you know that's that's why I'm behind and not for any other reason. I'd love to know how many heads up hands we played. It's a lot. She played quite a fair few three-handed as well. Got a big draw here, can make as good as number 7 with this. But this up. Don't have anything on the other table. It's funny, hands are still happening on the other table, but it's kind of faded way into the background. Now, because if I win this, I get an extra $10, $10.33, plus my own bounty back, which is not worth so much, but if he wins, he does very, very nicely. So I think I'm pretty sure I open this up as a blocker. One, I'm drawing 2, hit the queen, guess I call. Oh, and that time he bluffs, and I pick off his bluff. So yeah, I knew he was certainly capable of bluffing. Big draw here on the other table. Plus 2, that's 1. Should I bet this? I'll just check it back. What do I bet? I bet, meh, it's really marginal, that one. Fold this, just let me potted it. That draw. Yeah. Actually fold on the river there. Just didn't feel that I was going to have the best hand often enough to make that a profitable call. I don't bet there's 3 cards enough, there's strong 3 cards enough on the river, I don't think. So I'm trying to do a bit more of. Yeah, raising here would be okay, actually. So I actually think I played okay in this heads up session. Maybe one or two of my little maneuvers I played a little while ago weren't so a little bit ill-advised. I don't know. So what's he gonna do? Go on the other table. So I'm 12th out of 33. 12th place out of 33. Huh. I survived with an 8, a 3-card 8. Now, what do I do here? I think I fold when somebody else raises under the gun. If that hadn't happened. Now, is he... Now, I think I know what happened here. He tried to... I think he had a monster hand here. And timed down to make me think he didn't have anything. And then I bet. Thought he might have just been having a cup of tea or something. Calls, okay. So pat number 4, amazing. Okay, and then do I max it out? He folds immediately. So now look at me. I complete having got that number 7. Sorry, number 7. That number 4. Then the tables are turned. Isn't this exciting now? Now I'm in the lead, and I've got a big. Suddenly I'm running a lot better. I have had made some big hands. Now I call him because I've got my 8 draw. Now what's going to happen? Let's see. He draws 1. I draw 1. Basically, oh no, he hits number 11, and oh, we were flipping there. I don't know which draw he had. Whether we're basically flipping, whatever. And And that's frustrating. That was frustrating. A big chance there. I could have got him. I could have got him there. Made the right decision to call. So I'm still in the tournament now, but he now has 2.5 to 1 advantage. They decide to call with 2 twos to catch a bluff, which I probably shouldn't have done. It's kind of the wheels are sort of flying off by the looks of things now. The thing is, the reason I did that was because he just won a big pot, and sometimes after people win a big pot, they get very confident. I thought, well, got that 2 twos. He's bluffing. He's probably bluffing with worse than 2 twos, so I'll give it a go. Just sort of. So looks like he's slow playing something there. Now I'm really, really up against it. Had him at match point. So call this. So XZ24. Look at this. Could take him out here. I could take out XZ24. Let's see. I don't have a great draw though. Probably need to hit. A pair of nines. Let's check it back. Okay. Unfortunately, he had 4-3-2, and that was plenty good enough to beat my hand. So he survives in the tournament. And I didn't hit, so. And again, I lose. Oh dear. And call here too. Draw 2. Check this back. I'm just not getting anywhere at the moment. Fold that too. Since that hand where okay, decide to fold here. Hit 2 10s. What do I decide to do here? I decide to go for the check raise. Well, not, yeah, well, just to bluff raise this. So if I hit above my 3 cards that I drew to, unfortunately he has a 97. He actually did hit. But interesting if he'd missed, whether he and what sort of miss. If he did, I don't know, an ace or something, whether he would have called me there. They probably wouldn't have bet it to begin with an ace. So. Okay, I didn't quite go according to plan. I mean, I did very well to finish second there, but just look, any bet got $69 back. I got 28. So look at the difference, because he was able to get all these bounties. And then you even have Goldberg getting more than me with nearly $30. And then whoever came fourth got that was me. So, was not able to get those bounties. So this is frustrating. So now I'm in this pot limit Badoogie. I'm still in that. I mean, still obviously that's a good profit to make from one tournament. I can't complain too much. But here's PL Badoogie, 10th place. So the money bubble has burst. But it seems like we've been on the bubble. I thought it was 31 got paid. We still got 27. So if that's true. Confused now. Yeah, 31 get paid. this up on the button. Take that down to 1,000. Now I focus now because I'm not in another tournament. I can just focus on this. So I'm going to give you a selection of hands. I'll play in what remains of the tournament. I've got a good stack here. I want to see if I can get rid of this XZ24. No, he doesn't bet. He had the advantage of the card ahead. He didn't bet it, which I don't think is a good thing. But of course, I completely brick again here. Ugh. This time he bets, even though it's less than half the pot, he bets it and I go away. Down to 3 tables now. 24 left. I didn't want them both to call. That was not the plan at all. And then I completely missed. So I'm sort of giving up here, really. Did you draw? Oh no, drew 2 before. So what's doing now? So you drew 1. Now I hit a really good card, but he just bets 3/4 of the pot, and I decide to fold. Ugh. So, it's been a big pot before this. I'm getting all their chips in. So to raises up from kind of middle position. Get called, obviously. What do I decide to do here? Now I only just have him covered. Well, I have him covered by a bit, actually. But if I lose this, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So I just decide to call, I think. Okay, I'll have 4,600 approximately. So now, though, thankfully, I managed to hit. That's good. Hit a good hand. An absolute world beater, but it's a pretty decent catch. And he draws on the second draw. I thought he was probably going to be pat, but then, oh, he hits his nut 8 on the second draw. What a pain that is. What an absolute pain. And I go from having a very nice stack to being really crippled by that. It says 13th out of 24. That is not up to date. I'm probably, 21st or 22nd or something like that. So really, it's a little bit of a tough spell there. Lost that heads-up battle in part because he hit. We were flipping on one hand and he basically hit and I missed, and then don't think I played the end game of that very well. Now, and after just experiencing that, I'm yeah, on the verge of being knocked out of here too. Well, so I'll leave it for now. See what happens when I come back with the stack that I have. See what I can do with the few chips that I have. Okay, I'll be back pretty soon.